Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, into the big one, Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI as we continue moving along here through 1943, the great year of 1943, June 13th, as a matter of fact. So we're halfway through June as we try to get to the next mud period. We're on the defensive, as you well know if you've been watching. This is episode number 299, if you can believe it. The longest running show on television. Sorry for the lack of live streams. It's just been logistically difficult for me recently. I will be getting back to that. Obviously, our 300th episode coming up. I plan on live streaming that on Sunday to be sure. Now, I said that about this one, but then I decided I wanted to bring a bunch of air assets on the map. That is not very conducive to a live stream. I would like to do a turn of the turn when we live stream, and we're not going to be doing that today. So I'm going to be moving down the map. We'll look at some air assets also to bring back on the map. Now, it's still raining here in the north. As you can see, double raindrops are falling on my head in the north, but that rain will be moving off here shortly. You would think. Hell, I don't know. I hope it rains all of 1943. Let's do it. We had already sort of looked at the Narva line. I say sort of. We did look at it. We had this Wallonian group back here, this SS group. I did put it in the 50th core, which slightly overstacks the 50th core, and I put it on refit because this thing's really broken down. But looking back now, I think what I want to do is actually just transfer this back into the reserves. Um, it's completely depleted. I don't think it's going to rebuild on the map. It is one of, I believe it's one of these. Yeah, we could merge it into something else. I'm just going to transfer that back to the Axis reserves and get that out of here. That now means Lindemann is not overstacked. I looked at that when I booted the game up this time, and I thought, well, why have it sit there and refit? It's not doing anything. Let's, send it back to the reserves. We've still got the fortified zone here along with a Jaeger regiment and a field division. Now, this has been sitting here holding for, hell, I don't know, over a year, I would say, right on Lake Pskov. These guys know Lake Pskov and Peepus quite well. They've been out here motorboating and stuff. Well, the Soviets have now brought up a pretty decent looking force, and so look, there's not a whole lot we could do. We'd probably put a division there, a real division, not a field division. But I'm not inclined to do that yet. We still have another no a number of divisions back in the reserves. Maybe over the next turn or two, we may do that. Hopefully, it's not before it's too late. I mean, if he comes across here and blows us out there, we got real problems. The only reason I guess, not panicked about it, is we do have a lot of mobile units here that can go up and try to deal with it. But if it's a sustained attack all around, well, we're going to be in trouble either way if that's the case. We looked at the Finns. I saluted the screen. Nothing much to do there. They are just manly men sitting in Pskov saying, come and get it. They did get attacked last time, though, and he's got us surrounded on four sides. Now, I will be looking for attacks of opportunity. I'm not saying I'm going to attack or that it's even a good idea, but if there's something obvious, I would do it. For instance, I would attack right here if he wasn't in a level 3 fort and it wasn't raining. But those two things combined, now if it was just one or the other, we would think a little harder about it. But those two things combined with what appears to be, anyway, kind of a softer unit with only a 5 defense. Now, that could be wrong, right? But that's what it's representing to us. Um, that would be the kind of attack of opportunity I would at least think about it. I'm not really thinking about it when it comes to that hex. This hex, we've got 23,000 men out here. This isn't the greatest division in the world. It's got a TOE of 50. I'm just going to leave it though. I'm going to leave it alone. We've got a Panzer division directly behind here, protecting the two core commands and also protecting against a complete encirclement of Pskov, whether he would break through this way or this way. And if we look at this, we've got a brand new division here, the 82nd ID, and then one, the 370th, that's not in such good shape. Now, we did bring a division in by train. We don't have enough. Oh, we did have enough. Okay, both of these guys can get off the train. We have two of them. Well, shoot, I didn't realize we had two. I just saw the train up there and I thought, well, maybe I'll, well, now then, that opens up some decent possibilities. One of the things is this unit got knocked out of its fort level, right? So we're probably going to have to go double stack here. This is swamp right here, defensible. It does kind of crooked our line a little bit, but that's okay. Now, this is only showing a 1 of 1, but I'm not attacking with this unit. He still has 12,845. He lost a good number of men there. He's a reconstituted unit that I think came back on with about 14,000 men. The TOE 63 at 74. That's not terrible, but this is kind of a big stack, and the two of them hit him together and put a little hurt on him. So now then, this gets interesting because I did want to replace this division. I also wanted to replace this division. You can see some Soviet armor is now pressing here. We also have a pretty dang good division there in a level 3 Ford. I mean, he's 15,685. He's got a 92 TOE. I'm not going to complain about that. I do not like this 48 though. And I really, one of the big reasons I brought these two divisions in was to replace that one. So I am going to do that. It's such an important hex. Now, this one's only a 52, but he's in a little better shape. A little better. I don't want to oversell it. So let's get down here into this hex, and you can see they're part of 42nd Corps. So this is going to go into 42nd Corps. There it is, and that pops it up to 10 of 10 momentarily. Now that takes that to a 76. Holy mackerel. 370th ID. Again, his TOE is 47. I'm tempted to triple stack right here. I probably really want to get him off the map, but let's look at this one more time. Okay, I mean, that's showing a 65. I don't feel too, upset about that. I think for a turn, I will triple stack it here and then try to maybe get him off the map next time. They're all part of the same core, so that's fine. 66, 62, 65. Okay, that looks better. Then we got the big X and Pskov. And then I think I'll take this division. Oh, holy moly. How do we do this? Well, he's got 14,000. I was thinking about taking the stronger. Now, he's only got 11 prep points. So, moving him's not the end of the world. I think what I want to do is move him down here for a double stack there. Does that work with this core, though? Oh, it does. Valor's only at 8 of 10. So taking the stronger of the two here and going for a double stack in the swamp, I'm going to do that, and then I'll take this division and put it right in here. So this division will now go back to bulk. 57th Panzer Corps. Okay. And I think maybe we've really strengthened this line. I say maybe. I mean, look, it's not perfect. Like I've got this triple stack. That unit really needs to get out of here. What is it even giving? Well, it's giving 14. That's not nothing, as they say in the business. 47, 42. Look, we need more. He's going to come with big time strength. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But we've got two Panzer divisions sitting back here, and now this needs to go with Valor, which is 28th Corps. Is that right? Are my eyes deceiving me? Potentially. 28th Corps Valor. Okay, now he goes back to Valor. That all looks good. Now we've got a 60 there and kind of a linchpin of the defense. Now we've got problems here, though. 35 is just, if he brings enough strength here, we're going to have a real problem. Now, also, let's go back to movement points. This would be the kind of attack of opportunity I'd be talking about, but he is in a swamp. Um, and I just moved some units here, so I don't think I'm going to attack there. Not in the rain. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, this is a stronger Soviet unit. We go, let's go back to defensiveness. 28. He is only in the light woods. Here we're in the light woods. Well, that's a problem. Wow, you're really telling me something, buddy. I probably what I need to do is go swamp. Next time move one of these over and get into this swamp. Let him bow this a little bit. Go swamp, swamp, and then here into the light woods. Now, luckily, we do have Totenkopf sitting here, just like a prowling panther. Um, and it's on reserve. So if we get blown out here, at least we've got something to try to hold that back. The problem now is kind of in this area, right? But again, he's going right into our strength. Now we got knocked back here as he came across the river. Kind of surprisingly, I mean, we had 14,000 men sitting there. Das Reich is pissed about it. They could certainly move up. What is this? Clear hex? And this is Jagapils itself. Wait a minute, does it show? Okay, so that's in Jagapils. It's really hurtful that he broke through there. I don't mean it like it hurt my feelings. I just mean it's hard for us to respond to that very well. I want to keep these guys back here on reserve, but by the same token, uh, we may. I think we need to dish out some hit on this. Now that's only in the light woods. I don't really want to attack with this unit. So what I think I'm going to do, I've got light woods, I've got swamp. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up LAH here. He's going to have to attack across the river no matter what. The Panzer Grenadier Division is not, but this infantry would. So I'm going to bring him up one. Okay, now he's on ready. He's under the SS. And I'm going to take these two SS units. I'm going to take out the field division because they're not going to add a whole lot other than just getting in the way. And we're going to attack here. Now, it is in the rain. It is across the river, at least with one of them. But we should be able to knock this back. Oh, and we got the other Panzer. Oh gosh, darn it! My tooltip got over that. The other Panzer Grenadier division got committed. Okay, so these SS boys like to fight together, and we just absolutely ravage this Soviet unit. No shocker there, really. 155, 4 and 1. Okay, and we lose 4 airplanes. All right, all fighters. I don't have enough fighters to be thrown around on that. I probably should take ground support off, but why would I? I mean, it took out 53, but even at 53 to 4, I'm not sure those are the proper odds when we're attacking, because really we need those guys on the defense. So, when we're attacking, taking off ground support may be the definite way to go. Let's think about that. But we do take out 6,853 Soviets, 143 artillery pieces, and just absolutely devastate that unit back. Now, this is light woods. I just don't want this to get in any way close to isolated. Uh, we do have a nice, I'm looking at this. This guy got hurt, 132nd. He's at down to a 152 TOE. Now, I don't want to attack with any of these twice. I may actually let him sit here, and if they want to keep poking their nose in here, we'll just keep popping them back. But the problem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they would be around this unit, right? So these Panzer Grenadiers may need to move up and start digging in here in the light woods. But man, we need a back up here. That's in the clear, though. That is just not a good hex for us to be in. Why am I in this hex? Do we have a depot here? We do, but I mean, we've got depots all around. I'm tempted to step back into the mud and the muck. I mean, that keeps the line kind of the same, although this would be a little out in front. But we've got so many Panzer Grenadier divisions here. We are behind the river here, though, right? I'm just afraid he's going to get absolutely blasted. We've got Soviet armor here, a really strong Soviet rifle corps there, or at least it's representing to be. Um, this looks like something that, later on we would maybe potentially take as an attack of opportunity. Um, hmm. I'm now tempted. Let's take the depots off. This is a level 3, though. I'm tempted to step back here. This is light woods. That is clear, though. Well, I don't want to be in a clear hex. I mean, really, the play is maybe to move these Panzer Grenadiers up here and go mech on mech action, or to just have them sit here in the defense. I like having them on reserves, though. Let's hold on that for a second. This is kind of a Rubik's cube here that I want to think about a little bit. I don't want these Panzer Grenadier divisions back on the line, but we've only got. I mean, really, the play is probably to come all the way back behind this river. Is that light woods as well? Well, I mean, what are we really gaining there? Not a whole lot. I mean, it's the same terrain. At least here they would have to come over a river. I'm going to think about that one. But this division needs to be covered somehow. Now, usually, I go every other hex. I thought this hex was pretty important because of the river right here, but I may just move this down here and double stack, or well, I can't get him all the way here. I was thinking maybe of a different stack there. Now that's 14,000 men in a level 3 fort. They're only showing us 23 on the defense. Not a big fan of that. He's only got a 62 TOE. He's missing some support units, certainly. But any kind of sustained push here, and he's building with guards units. Eh. Now, meanwhile, we've got 15,000 men here representing an over 100 on the defense. He's at an 86 TOE. It'll go to show you the differences there, right? Um, okay, well, I got to come back to this area. Don't let me forget that. All right, I took another look at that situation. I just paused it for a second. Uh, I don't like this situation right here, certainly. I feel like this is a big problem. Now, it's just crazy to me. This is over 100, and that's a 23. Now, they're both in level 3 forts. 15,000 men there, 14,000 men there, but it really is the TOE. That's, we're light on artillery in a lot of places. We've got a field division here, whoop-de-frickin' do. We also have a Panzer Grenadier division here. Now, really, I think I've got to get some infantry in right here. This is a clear hex, unfortunately. Just the way it lined up, there's not a good mud or defensible hex. We're not behind a river. Don't like it. But he's got two guards units here and another division. It's only a brigade, though, a rifle brigade. So, maybe it's not as strong as, it's all get out. He's showing a 5 and a 4 here. There, should I do the old sandwich here potentially? Now I hate to attack with that division though in the rain, and I think I'm just going to leave that alone. I could also contemplate scooting back here a little bit, but I just don't want to scoot back anymore. We're just too close. I think right now we're under Hitler's orders to stand our ground. You got guns in the front and guns in the back. I just think, giving up fort levels, we built these up to a 3. I just don't think it makes any sense. So we're just going to kind of leave this alone. I mean, I'm going to have to get another division up in here at some point because that just looks like the weak spot on the line, much like, this doesn't look as weak because if we go every other hex and he goes here, but then, I mean, these are, mech units. We would have this mech unit, though, standing behind here on reserve. So maybe it's not the end of the world to do that. I don't like him sitting in this clear hex, and I would rather him get into the swamp in a level 2 fort. Um, let's just do that. Let's just do that. And when I say, okay, that fixes that, I don't really mean it's permanently fixed. I mean, for now, I just think that's probably the best thing to do. I could, though, hold on. That's given me 27, that's given me 53, but they're surrounded on three sides with all good units and could be surrounded on four. That's why I hate to leave this just sitting here, and also could, if it could push a little further, but if it does, it's going to run into Das Reich. So I've got these guys kind of back here like safeties in American football. This 23 is very worrisome. And what I was, I was kind of having a thought to myself there for a second. I was thinking maybe I could move something down here, but that doesn't really look available to us, does it? Um, if he tried to attack here, it's over a river. We've also got other mech forces. I don't know. I think that that's just going to have to sit. This is a problem, though. Only a 23, but again, I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can do about it right now. I could bring the mech up here and attack with all three of those divisions and try to knock the guards out of here, but he's just going to replace it with more. This has just it's got to be bolstered by something. So I'm going to have to get something up here. We got the X there. Is that true? Well, you would think we would have good information on our own forces. That seems a little high to me. Here we've got, nearly 18,000 men. This one is not in great shape. 47 on the TOE. Here we've only got 63, so neither one of them are great shakes, but they throw up a 46 together. Again, we've got a little river cover from the north. This isn't the strongest unit. I think maybe we might be okay there. But then we get down into the 6,000. Now the 14,000 came in, but it's only got 10 combat prep points that is built up. It's got to build up some more. It's got a decent number of men, but it's just not been in here very long enough. So that's going to build. Again, given the other problems we have, I don't really think there's a whole lot to do there. It's really that hex right there that I'm worried about. Here we got knocked back. All right, we got attacked and we got hit back. And now, unfortunately, we're in a clear hex. We were in a swamp hex, but got smoked out of there. Now, luckily, I was bringing a new division in here anyway. And here it is. I mean, it was on the train. He wanted to hang out with Gustav Fenn. I don't know why you would, but these guys in this division said, let's go fight one for Gustav. And but this kind of bowed us back. We're kind of getting a little bit of a bulge again, and I don't like that. This is very weak. These are actually the guys I wanted to replace. A little too late for that. And we've got a little Soviet, we've got a decent Soviet strength here. A 41 on the offense they're showing us here, including 7th Guards Rifle Corps. Um, so I was going to put something up in here, but I think now, what is this hex? This is clear. We go clear. We're clear. All right, so this is just bad defensible terrain. The good defensible terrain's right here, but now he's taking it. Uh, okay, I guess this division kind of has to go there. I don't know where else we're going to put it. Let's move Fenn down a little bit. We'll move him out of this little town. Is there a depot there? No. Okay, yeah, I guess I should have known that. Well, wait a minute. The rail does come up here. I guess we could have had one there. Fenn is 7th Corps, so we're going to put this in 7th Corps. Oh, speaking of which, we did add some new things to the command there. Did that put 18th over? No, it's at 30. Perfect. Did it put 16th over? Yes, it's at 32. So we're at 32 and 30. Well, I don't think there's anything I can do about the 32 unless I put something in 2nd Panzer potentially. Well, I could do that. 22 of 30. What does this corps have? 10. Well, what does the SS have? They're already going to 2nd Panzer. That does me no good. Um, well, I think we're just going to have to be a little overstacked in the North 16th Army. I don't see a way around that. Back here, well, is that true though? So this is going back to 18th. Walter Model has 28 of 30 though. It's 3rd Panzer Corps that doesn't have, a ton. Yeah, he's only got 9 of 30, and so the 3rd Panzer Army could take more certainly. Oh, but do I want him to? This is von Wettenghoff. Oh no, it's von Nobelsdorf. Wrong Prussian. I got the wrong Prussian. He's a good general all around. There's no reason not to give things to von Noblesdorf. Certainly, he can do infantry and mech. And if I took this corps and put it here, and I took one of 16th corps, and put it back to 18th, so really all of this would be 18th then. Not all of it. Pskov would still be under 16th. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with it that much. I think it's fine. We're 32 of 30 at 16th. If they miss a die roll because of that, well, we were probably going to lose the game anyway. I'm just not going to worry to that extent about it. Now, why are these guys only a 7? Ouch! Is that now? I know he's got no combat prep points, but holy mackerel, he got knocked back. That's a problem. But I'm not sure if I could do anything about that other than I could take this mech unit and put it right up here. This is a clear hex. That's a clear hex. I mean, he could even stack with them if we wanted to get really crazy. We just can't have this collapse in on us, obviously. Did I need to say that? Um, I could put him here. I mean, he's behind this, which also needs help, but we have other things in the rear of that. Do I go all the way to stacking him? It's 20th Panzer Grenadier. He's got 75. That would be a penalty. I guess I'm just going to put him right there on reserve. So if they get blown out, they would have to cross a river. I'm not sure how far they could really get. Should I put him all the way there? I don't think so. I'm going to put him on reserve, but that's a real trouble spot. Even though we've now got 25,000 men sitting there. These guys are in bad shape, but luckily they're sitting in a really good defensible hex. It's a swamp. I'm also worried about them, and it's another reason to have this here. Uh, they would have already committed in reserve if they were going to commit. I'm almost tempted to put this here, but I don't want it to retreat. That's a real problem. This hex is a real problem. I think that's actually representing stronger than we are. This is a problem. 9,000 men. That ain't going to do it. That's not how we do it. Uh, Now we've got the Panzer Division on reserve. We've got 14,000 men there. 14,000. We need a lot more right in here. This could be bad right in here. Um, but I don't think there's much I can do about it this turn. Now, eventually, maybe. Now, this unit got knocked back. It was right here, right? This is light woods. This is clear. Well, that ain't great. Um, Second Latvian can move here and cover this, but I want him behind both. I'm pretty sure this is going to get wrecked. So I think what I'll do instead 14,000, 14,000, 9,000. I think I'm going to bring him. Can he get all the way here? Well, it's showing me we can't, even though it's lit up. I was going to transfer him over here, put a, you know, empty space there. They can't get up there. I don't want this moving. 84. He's only got 51 combat prep. I'm going to use this and double stack it somewhere. I guess I've got to do it right here and flip him over to Walt Weiss into 6th Corps. Dangerous times, gentlemen. Let's put this in 6th Corps then, and double stack there. I was trying to run a continuous line, but that doesn't appear to be working. Now this is a clear hex, and this is a clear hex. They're up to a 36. This is only a 27, and look at everything arrayed against him. But we've got the same problem here, right? I mean, holy mackerel. Now we've got a lot behind here mech wise, but if he breaks through, well, with this zone of control should stop him from getting past this hex anyway. But then we're really on the scramble. I really think we need that brand new division that's backed by Berlin to come into this area. He's got a double stack there. We need something there. I mean, luckily I've got von Manstein right behind this, so I'm not worried about like a full-on breakout or something. But this is a lot of strength, right? Really, right here. I would imagine he's going to try to hit right here. Then he'd have to go to the Panzer Division across the river, but I bet you this is just going to get mutilated this time. Do I take this and move it over? And then take this and move it over? Maybe. Well, let's come back to that. I'm going to say that a second time. We'll have to come back to that one because I don't like that setup. Really, I don't have anything. We got a super depot. We got Ninth Army under Walter Model. So we've got Model, von Manstein, von Nobelsdorf. I mean, we're bringing in all of the brain trust here to try to hold this off. Now I've got 14,800 there. Is this in a? Oh, God dang it! That's in the clear as well. Ew. This gets really defensible, over here a little bit. We can get in the woods, but we're sitting too much in the clear. Now, we do have this division that we could potentially double stack with something, but he may need to double stack with his own dudes. We also need to spread out a little bit. So we brought in this. Oh, thank goodness. Holy cow, I didn't realize that was here. Now we've got a level 3 fort in the clear here. This is light woods. Okay, that helps. That helps. We've got another division that I brought in. Man, am I smart. Well, I don't know about that. Um, let's take these guys got ripped last time. That's only 6,000. That's 8,000. He can get down here. I don't think we're going to be able to spread out this way, but let's go double stack there. Do we have a depot here? Is that why I was holding on to it so lovingly? We do. Boy, this is not the place I really want to be going every other hex. Um, we've got a Panzer division behind. We've got this new division. So this guy could come up here and help somebody else like this. Uh, that's exactly what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to bring him up here and go there. And now put this in Ninth Corps. 6th Corps, Ninth Corps. All right, that makes that a little better. I mean, it gets him up to a 35. Woohoo! Now we party. We've got Panzer Grenadier behind that. Okay. So I really think I guess I could expand here a little bit. I don't want to do too much. He can only go there. Um, this is would be behind the river, but only in the light woods. This is heavy woods. We definitely want. Now, see, we can't get these guys across this dang river. They just don't have enough movement points to go try to help out here with the Hungarians who need all the frickin' help they can get. Um, and try to almost close this entire line. But I think we need to try to keep this here. He's only got 6,000 men. Um, hmm. This is light woods. This is clear. I think we probably got to stay behind the river, although we're going to have a place here. He could move here. What did I say? Light woods. Okay, we definitely want to stay in the heavy woods here. Light woods, what is this? Swamp. Ugh, do I want to take another step back? Not really. This is clear, clear, clear. He's arrayed against a lot right here. Um, all right. He's going to get off the train and go there. This light division I'm going to put in there. And I don't want a Panzer division up there. Panzer Grenadier, maybe we should move him down here and actually have him be active. One, two, three, four. He's only got 39 AFVs Viking. Um, Boy, I like him back here though. But of course I do. I mean, I could put him about 20 different places and I would like it. Speaking of which, we could move him right up here as well. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that. I got to think some of these things over. What is this? 10th Corps? All right, back to 10th Corps you go. But brand new division in there. That's nice. I want to keep this depot. If you look at this, he's supplying a good number of these up here. Now, some of these could get supplied from up here, of course, but there's no good place to put a depot back here. I guess maybe we could put one. Not really. I mean, there's one here that could supply this stuff, but that's through swampy land. Boy, look at that. Swamp all the way up. God, that looks enticing, but I'm not going to give up Vilnius. Not without a fight. All right. I think I'll move the Panzer Grenadiers. Whew. Or do I put the motorized down there, the Latvians, and move the Panzer Grenadiers here, which is a much stronger force? That's probably the idea. I think that's the idea. And we'll put the Latvian motorized down here. All right. And then we'll put, now that that's there, and we have a, pretty damn good division we move there, I think we could move this Panzer division up to there. Now we'll put that on, make sure get everything back on reserve. Reserve, reserve. He's still on reserve. Reserve. Okay, so that all looks pretty damn good. Let's take the supply off. Um, so now we, got a Panzer division, Panzer Grenadier, Panzer. We've got this here. We've got that on reserve, Panzer Grenadier. Okay, I mean, this looks better. Does it look great? No, but at least we've got the strong division in the light woods now, and we've got this motorized here. They should be able to hold off a cavalry group, you would think. The 61st Cavalry Division. Now we're double stacked here. Do we need to be double stacked? Mm, well, I don't know, but this needs to go somewhere. This needs to go back to the reserves, obviously. He's just absolutely massacred, completely unready here. So let's take him. What's the fastest way to the rail? He would have 3 there, 2, can't even go there. So let's move him back there. Can he get to the reserves this time? He can. Wow. All right. See you later. Awesome. Okay, now we've got Hungarian problems. And I'm not talking about your Eastern European girlfriend. That's swamp. Okay, well, I'd like to keep that. Um, we need to defend this hex, which I just said this was swamp, right? Yep, okay. He can move forward there. Now, this unit's in horrific shape. We're going to put him back here behind. Let's put the command, I don't know, in this little town. Sure. Doesn't matter, probably not. He's not ready. So let's put him back on refit. He's on refit. Let's put him on ready. His TOE is only 58. All right. Then let's take this light division and also put it there in the swamp. Okay. Now we've got 2. Let's make it 3. As someone said in the comments, triple stack Hungarians. Again, not talking about your Eastern European girlfriend. Okay, I'll stop with the joke. Um, the Hungarian armor, let's see. This headquarters is doing the armored units. Let's put these guys back here on the rail just in case we need to get them out of here in a hurry. We'll put the Hungarian armor back there. We'll put this light division back there. Now, actually, I'm not going to move it quite that far. Let's just put him there. Okay, so we're rebuilding, I hope. Unready? Let's put you on refit. Will the Hungarians refit? Maybe, maybe. Now we've got a rough hex there. Excellent. Okay, so let's take this light division, put it there. Let's take these guys. Oh, you can't get back there, you son of a gun. Man, that was going to work out really nicely. Neither one of these guys can get back there to here in one turn. That's in the rough. Okay, he's going to start building. I'm going to have these two guys stack with him. Now that's a clear hex. They're going to get obliterated potentially. Um, they're triple stacked. We've got 27,000 men there. Gosh, they can't go any further. Maybe I should have kept them in that rough. Gosh darn it. Can they move back? Do they have enough? They. Oh boy, I'm going to lose some combat prep points. Uh, let's. Oh, he can't move. It's only the cavalry that can move. Oh. Well, hopefully they just get knocked back directly onto him. I've got to move this cavalry out of here. These guys are going to get smoked this time. Look at all this Soviet strength coming through the middle here. So let's move the cavalry back. We'll put that on reserve. These guys are like, hey, wait a minute, buddy. Okay, so he's a little protected on the rough, but this is clear. I probably should have left these two here. They're probably going to get knocked, silly anyway. Then we go into the heavy woods, but we definitely need a German division to go here. And then if we, have to get in the swamp and well, you can only triple stack, but if we have to double triple stack, that's fine. That's what I'm looking for. I wanted to do it right here, but they couldn't. I almost just, assumed they could get there, but they can't. Then once I moved them, I should have been a little more careful there. I should have kept those guys there for a turn, but I guess eventually I was going to have to move them off that hex. Although I think the Soviets will have something to say about moving them off this hex, but I think we need a German corps in here. I mean, these Hungarians aren't going to stand, well, not with a 2, certainly, but even with a 19 in a swamp, they're going to get hurt. Hmm. Well, we've got this, German division, brand new, backed by Berlin, the 355th. I hate to spend it on the swamp up here. I just wish these Hungarians could hold on. We've got them down to they only have to hold 2 hexes, but I think it's still going to be too much. Now, we did get pushed back right in here. Ernst Highway to Hell was in here. If that man can't hold it, it can't be held. 50 on the defense there in the heavy woods. I like that. They're just fine. 14,000 men here. His TOE is sitting on an 82, so that looks pretty good. I've been wanting to keep this depot, but we've got a number of depots back here. This is also Ballystok, but it's not worth any points, so, there. I guess there's not a reason to. It's a clear hex. There's no reason to hold it like my life depends on it. The problem is, all these depots are they're all in a line here. I don't really want to give him this rail into Bali stock. If he pushes us back far enough, he can now start supplying a bunch of things out here. He's probably having to do it off of a pretty crappy depot or one that's far away. Like, let's say back here, I don't see an obvious other spot for him to have put a depot. Um, we, I say probably. I mean, we almost certainly need a double stack. These guys got ripped. They're not strong enough to hold there, so we're gonna have to do something different here. The heavy woods, he can get down here. What is this? Is this swamp? No, it's clear. For the love of Tampa St. Pete. Clear. Light woods. None of that's great. What is this? That's swamp. Well, all right. This division got pummeled, and now there's a 2 spot right there. What else do we have here? We have swamp. We have swamp. Okay, so I'd like to be in that swamp, but I think that's where he got hit. A lot of Soviet strength here, pushing like crazy on us. Um, into Belsk. Where's he headed? I guess he's headed to Warsaw. I'll see you in Warsaw. New Netflix special on the way to Warsaw. So this is Swamp. That's not going to do anything for us. I am going to have to scoot back somewhere. I wish this was Swamp. It's clear though. Hey, ay, 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 ay. If we're going every other hex, we either need to be here or we need to be here. He can move. He can come out. We'll just have to give up this depot. That's fine at Ballystock. We may just have to give up Ballystock. Tell you what, we're at 45 minutes. I want to look this over. When we come back, I am going to do the air offline so that when we come back on Sunday, we'll move down through the south. I am going to live stream if it kills me or kills you. I don't know. Well, I can't put that on the line. But when we come back Sunday for a very special 300th episode, we're going to go through the rest of the South and turn the turn. Like I said, unless my wife is in labor, we will do that. If I'm not here, that's the only reason. Well, that or a premature heart attack from what the Soviets are doing to me here. I kid. You guys are great. Thank you for sticking with the channel here while we're not live streaming as much. Just life events. But we will get back to a very regular schedule of live streaming and get through this game so we can start playing the Soviets, and then we'll get a play by email going as well. It's no lack of dedication to the channel, just life events. So, anyway, you guys are great. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one. Have a great week. Start to your weekend anyway. Adios, Strategy Gaming Dojo.